Did it let me in this time? Thank you. Hey, Susan, look. I'm eating these straws, and they got a sour dip, though, that you can dip them in. Oh, this is fine. Anyway, oh my goodness. Mm, I know. Oh, um, how many I was, sorry, y'all. I'm trying to see why it won't let me. Well, the other one's over, so it's not like people can go into it. Oh, I don't know what happened. I literally came on. As soon as I said hello, it said ended. I was like, wait, how is it ended? Then it froze. So I thought it was still going. But I looked over and it was ended. Oh my goodness. It has been a day today with these eyes. Mm, mm. Hey, sweet potato. Oh, hold on, guys. And I think it's because I spent all this time having a look and see what was going on with my eyes. Like right now, I can't even see the arrow. Oh my goodness. Oh, happy Saturday. How you doing? How's it going? Let me get to the actual chat so I can see. Oh, I just seen a message, a notification saying it was a Rio's birthday party. Happy birthday, Rio. I'm back on Instagram. I'm gonna have to. Hmm. Sorry, y'all. I was going to see what y'all was saying and actually saw a notification. And I don't even know nobody's birthday. I'm one of them people. If you post on your thing happy birthday to somebody, I don't gotta know them. I'm saying happy birthday. I ain't heard nobody by saying happy birthday. Oh, so it buffers. So you never even heard me when I was talking? Yeah, I definitely gotta erase that. Yeah, over here it just showed me that it had ended, but I didn't stop it. So I'm like, how did it just stop itself? But it did. It must have lost the signal or something. Because then when I went to reload, it let me right in. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I'm just trying to let my eyes settle. They have been, me and the son were arguing a few minutes ago. They have not enjoyed the sun at all today. So now that I'm inside, it's cool because you can close the blind and turn off the lights. But because I went live, I turned on the lights. Then when that happened, I actually had to use my eyes to start a new live. So right now, I'm just giving them a break. Because they are really annoying me today. Hey, my Marianne, how you doing, sis? I'm eating these sour straws. Woo! And they came with a little sour dip. Ooh, that dip is sour. It's good though. Yeah, but other than that, I'm having a super chillax Saturday. I'm trying to lay low. I'm honestly just in life, not nothing on here. I'm just kind of drained mentally. That's how I feel. So yesterday was a heavy day to me, just in thought. I think I was thinking too much. You know, sometimes you study long, you study wrong. Because you stay so much on the bad that you can't see nothing else, and you're not working on nothing else, so you don't get to nothing else. So I don't know, but I was kind of mentally drained yesterday, really. It was just one of those days. So today, I was trying to be mentally up and thinking of something to do, whether it was simple, and I was going to make it simple anyway because of my eye. But I wanted to do something. But I was like mentally, I couldn't even, I wasn't there, y'all. I wasn't there yet. I couldn't really think of nowhere I wanted to go because sometimes when you ever think about going out and instead of just going out and enjoying it, you start thinking about all the stuff you can't do. You start thinking about, oh, I wish I had a car because I know even though the bus gonna get me right there, I wish I had a car because then I could drive down the lakefront like I used to when I went there, whatever it may be, or maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. When I said, no, I'm gonna still get up. I'm gonna still shower and get dressed. I'm gonna still do something. Now, me going live wasn't even a question because this is September to remember. And it's to remember that every day is a new day. And every day the sun don't shine. But I rose another day. Yet I rise. And I didn't rise on accident. So that's the only thing driving. That's the only thing driving this bus. But I had so much fun last night on Have I Ever. I enjoyed myself. Crazy Cat Mama. Hey. Happy Saturday, says, how are you doing? But yeah, I had so much fun laughing. My soul, my spirit, I needed that. We laughed good last night. Whew. I laughed at myself more than anything. Then I laughed at I said, I just knew those questions would be a lot of no's. But you never know when it comes to Have I Ever. I can't wait till I make the YouTube edition. In the real YouTube edition. That can be played in any sector. That's the edition I'm gonna make. And you'll have a blast. And you'll really get to know some people. um oh, we missed you too there last night because it was fun. Like I said, those questions always get me, and some of you like, wait, did it just say? Is that what it said? I didn't make this up. That's why I have to show it. Like I didn't even make this up. Yes, yeah. Sometimes you gotta take a break. You need a break. I remember when I was young, and I got happy about the summer because you went on a trip. And to me, I thought as a child, like most children, that the whole trip, that the whole point was to give you something to do for the summer and everything else. But it also gave your parents a break. Because there's no way, but some of them still taking work with them on the trip. Sometimes it just can't break away. But you got to take a break. Because there's got to be points where you're giving something your full attention. And mostly, there got to be points when you're giving yourself your full attention. When you're not, the only time you spending with yourself is when you sleep. Mm. And sometimes staying busy keep my mind from getting in trouble. Keep me from doing some old messed up shit because I can't stop thinking about some bad stuff. And I hope you do. I was just saying the same thing, Crazy Cat Mama. I just feel like my mojo's feel like I'm growing in some places, but it's parts of the plant I don't see its growth. So I'm like, is that part of the plant gone? Is it dead and you need to cut it off? Or do we need to start the plant over? And I'm talking about the plant of me. And so I would love to say in this perfect world, I was back. Because, see, one thing is I know when you evolve, you don't come back the same. You come back you 2.0. You come in ways, you know what I mean? So, but some days I'm like, dang, where are you? I want to find you. I want to get your mojo back. I want to get you. Mm, and so, like I said, I have to pay attention to the parts that are growing that before I never even knew they were alive. I didn't even know those parts existed. Not of me. I know they existed in the world, but I thought I had went to a side where they weren't that no more. Or could never be that if they weren't and they wanted to be. Oh, yes, take them. Take them. I do that sometimes. Sometimes it's something about I'm very to a schedule. So even when I get up in the morning, if I have to go to work, everything I'm doing has a time in my mind. So I'm thinking from 8 to 8:20, I'm in the shower. From 8:20 to 8:35, I'm brushing my teeth. You know what I'm saying? And you're drying off. And from 8:30 to 8:33, I am getting dressed, and everything is to lead up to it, all the way down out the door. And the things I won't be able to control exactly will be what the bus is gonna do, because it could say one thing and do another. But other than that, I'm so to the point. But when it comes to medicine, I can look up and be like, I have not taken my medicine in 2 days. I have not, you know what I mean? I gotta get better, and I probably would be better with it if I could take it at night. But taking blood pressure medicine at night is not good for me. Hey, my Mary, yeah. With age come wisdom, because if it doesn't, I wonder how empty you gotta feel. Because in a lot of the things that were our pain, the pain part of like losing, or the pain part of people hurting you, or the pain part of anything like that. When you're in there, sometimes you forget the great parts. I remember when my granddad died, feeling so sad that I couldn't see him no more. So sad that I couldn't talk to him anymore. So sad that we never made it to the baseball game. So sad, you know what I mean? I remember being so sad about that. I was so sad I couldn't even talk about him. And then one day I thought of all these what were precious moments to me. And how when I started thinking about those moments, those gems and those jewels, I thought to myself, man, I'm so blessed to have had them. And I'm so glad now I can hear them again. So I do hear them. I do feel them. I never stop thinking about them. You know what I mean? And that's just an example. And it's not for everybody's grief, but it's just an example for me. And one of the things that was a pain that made me so down that I did anything not to think about it. I drank not to think about it. I didn't do it when it first happened because I was a little kid. But when I was 15 and we was drinking, I was one of the things I was drinking to avoid how much I missed them, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I woke up thinking about it. I went to sleep thinking about it. And I didn't just think about it. I thought about the last words I said. I thought about how the last time we were physically up, I pretended like I was so asleep. And then I never had, I held guilt, all kind of stuff. And even as a child. Because when we young, sometimes the best thing adults think we can do with the loss is to just explain it like that, but not understand it's bigger than that for us. And that's not no knock on no parents. Because they grieving too. So Whose birthday? The 16th of wait, the 16th of September was your birthday, Marianne? Ooh, the December 24th. I'm November 22nd. Hmm. Hold on. Let me read from the phone. I know I'm so hard headed. We all are young. Oh, December 16th. Okay, okay, Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius too, but I'm a Scorpio too. I'm on the cusp, so I think I'm both. Oh no, not with Hungry Kitties. No. And that's why also you have to have like a, I mean, to me, even if you live alone, if you're young or you're old, you have to have some form of a system where you talk to people at least daily or every other day so they would know that something was out of routine if they didn't. And then you also always have to have like a way for them to get into your stuff. So they could get into your house. So if you're not answering, or they can do a wellness check and people can get into your house. But you know what I mean? But to me, I think about that living alone, period. Just you should have that because you never know what could happen. But we got too much life, no matter how long it is. We got too much life to be talking about when it's over. Or sadly thinking of the way it'll end for us. I'll just take in my bed sleep. Mm-hmm. He said, let you go first. Mm-mm. Men are selfish, they couldn't. He said, what am I going to do without her? But yeah, there's people like that and even when I'm living alone, I think about that. Like you have to have a way. Just so people can know everything's okay, because anything can happen. But now, if you're one of those people who can go weeks without calling people won't notice. Oh, they just like this. It's normal, They don't call for a couple of weeks, They don't call for a few days. They probably busy. They probably tired. They probably been hanging out. They probably. That's why I tell people never be too busy to say hello. Go find me younger wife. Do you all remember on Golden Girls on that episode when Sophia liked the guy and he was like, "Oh, this is my sister," but it was really his wife trying to find him a good woman before she passed. Do y'all remember that episode? And that's what she thought. So then she thought that it was like, like something was weird with him and his sister. But it was really that it was his wife. I know Golden Girl fans remember that. I love that a lot of us have birthdays around each other. Mm. Oh, you've been a widow before. Mm-hmm. Yes, that was a good episode. The Golden Girls, I promise you, when I was young, I just thought they were hilarious. Then when I got a little older, I thought they were hilarious. And, you know, Dorothy was super witty. But I honestly, when I was a teenager, thought like Dorothy just thinks she's so much smarter than everybody else. But she got all these insecurities about, herself. But then look at who she had, who she was married to, and all this stuff. But when I got grown, I thought like, I identify the most like Dorothy. I really do, but I have a piece of all of them. I could tell a long Saint Ola story like like Rose. Oh, Sophia's stories though. In days like this, usually when my body feels like it's a gray day, you know, when my body feels like that, that's a day like I love to watch a bunch of episodes of Golden Girls. I love to watch a bunch of episodes of Everybody Hates Chris. I love to eat comfort foods. I love to just chill. I like to just chill. And for some reason, I'm like in a super Golden Girls kind of mood today. Like I'm really in a mood to watch some episodes, um, or watch a really good movie. But that's what kind of mood I'm in today. Just like super chill. And with my eyes acting the way they are, I feel like I need to watch something I've seen so many times that I really don't need to see it to enjoy it. I can hear it. If you've ever had eye problems, you're like, "How you talking about you watching a movie you ain't watching it?" Oh, I am. I've seen it so much I can see it with my eyes closed. I know just what's happening. I don't need to look at the screen, but I can't watch a new movie like that because then I'm like, I want to see what's happening. Who is the character? Whose voice is that? I don't know. Okay, I'm over these straws. So they little straws, like when you go get you some Sour Patch straws, but they have a Sour Patch dip in the middle. Very sour, very sour. But I'm open. I'm over that. But yeah, I love the Golden Girls, and they just had such real life stuff. I remember the episode where Blanche was having the dreams that her husband had came back and that he had never been dead, and that he had. Every time to this day, especially as an adult, I've never lost a husband. I've lost somebody who I was messing with before, and that was a loss where a numbness kind of made you deal. But I couldn't imagine, you know, that. And every time I watched that episode, I used to cry because I used to think, oh, she has to wake up all the time and remember that was just a dream. Oh, but how real then I thought as I get older, like, but at least you loved him so much that you could have a night where it was that real, that you really danced with him, that you really laid with him, that you really felt heard. That's beautiful. Like that's the power of love. Like that's the stuff love is built on. Like without stories and feelings like that, there would be no such thing that showed people the real love and relationships when people really are there for each other. And the last person that's gonna put you down is gonna be them. They there to lift you up. They there to carry you, to hold you, to love you till the end. How beautiful is that? Hmm. And people always say that love is supposed to be till death do us part. So if you have the power to be in a relationship that you got to love someone to the end, as sad as it is, how beautiful is that? You didn't have to lose them and think that, man, I wasn't even with them these last years, but I still when I lost them, I remembered them like I was still with them. I remembered their touch. I remembered everything about them. What's up, Mikey? How you doing? Happy Saturday. But yeah, that's what I thought. Like, man, to have love like that, that's what's real. And sometimes we'll go out here and we'll keep messing with people that mess us up so much that even if something good came, you wouldn't see it. So the other day I put a question on my community wall, right? Since we talking love, since we talking relationships, the question was, would you allow your mate, your husband, your wife, whoever it may be, whoever you with, would you allow them to have their own place separate from your place that you have with them? Like, would you allow them to have a bachelor's crib or a cat's den or a lion's den? That's what I love to call the women's place. Would you let them have a lion's den? Would you allow them to have a space or a place? Or shoot, do you say I want one for me too? How would you do it? Because for me, I feel like this. If we sat down, because I think everybody needs their own space sometimes. I really do. Now, here's the thing: does my man have another apartment? He ain't never at home at night. He basically live there, or him and somebody else live. I mean, is it that? Is it a secret place I don't know about? You know. Now, if we talked about it, it might be me that have a place. I might say, well, you know what? I like to get into my old creative mind, and I need a space and a place that's not. Well, see, I don't have kids or anything now, so I don't have to worry about, oh, people got their friends over. There's kids flocking through. You know what I mean? Even if my grandkids came, it would be scheduled unless they lived with me. You know what I mean? But would you do it? And I would say, if it was something we discussed and it was for bettering us, because especially if I'm married, I feel like at the end of the night, we need to try everything to make it work. Everything but compromise who we really are. I don't want you compromising who you are to please me, because then you're going to hate me in the end. And I don't want to compromise who I am to please you, because then I'm going to hate you in the end. So outside of that, I feel like in this marriage, I really need to take levels. And if us getting a little studio down the street, or if we able to real close, it could be two doors down. Are we talking location? I ain't say it's on the other side of town now. How do y'all feel? I need to know. Who with it, who not? And I couldn't be somebody who would be like, well, you know what, I'd allow it for myself. Would be like, oh no, my man could never have it. Oh, cheating. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Mikey. Sometimes you need your space. I remember when my kids were younger, and it was me, my boyfriend, and the kids in a place. And some days, the only time I could get my own space was to sit in the bathroom. But y'all, it's the bathroom. People gonna need to use it, and not suddenly because you're in it, everybody want to use it. Everybody need to ask you something that you know what I mean. You didn't have any space, so it's always good when you have enough room. So if I got a house, that's why people have men caves. That's why people have lions dens, because you just have to have something that's yours. Some women turn their closet into their space. And you know where they spend half their time? In that closet. When they need some free time, some alone time to sit up, and some of them sitting on their phone in there drinking a cup of wine. They not getting dressed. I think everybody should have space. It makes healthy relationships. Just like when your kids, when they at certain ages, unless they little babies, and it's better to be in a smaller, closer, confined place. But when they're bigger, you have to have space, or they gonna start getting on your nerves because y'all all on top of each other. So to have a space that you can, like I said, please, who knows? It could be right next door. If we lived in a building with a bunch of condos, it could be in the same building. Now, if your mate cheat on you in the same building, then honey, they'll cheat on you in your house. So we don't even have to say nothing, because really, if that's the thing, they gonna do it regardless. I'm talking about for your peace of mind. If we take the dog that they might be using it to sleep with every woman in town, say, Lord Jesus. Cause I might too. You might be getting it, so you can sleep with every Tom, Dick, and Harry in town. I don't know. But I'm saying if I was in that type of relationship that we could talk and say, hey, you know what? You do things that you should have your own spot. You know what I mean? And some people get that and they call it their offices and they in it all day. They live, sleep, eat in the office. 30 years. Time flies. So how long have you been married this time? Because it was 30 years ago your first husband passed away. How long have you been married now? People always say you only get one love. I don't believe that. I think it's always something that's always on the top. Because it set the precedent for anyone who ever is going to love you right. They would have to be somewhere in that ballpark. I believe in that. But if you have only had only one love, then it would be sad for anybody who fell in love with you after that because you would never love them. Because remember, love has no limits. So that means that I don't stop loving you because you're not there. And it's okay that you have love. Some people, oh, I don't want to say that because I don't want people to think I'm still in love. And know somebody who's not here, you love them. That doesn't go away. As long as you breathe and what's in your heart lives with you. You keep it alive, you keep it respected. Yeah, that's a blessing. Oh, 2022 years. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's beautiful that because you were loved and loved right, you kept your heart open to still be loved. Because, see, as long as we breathing, y'all, the one thing I stopped and I denied myself is you must be loved. You don't, the best thing you have about it with yourself is loving yourself first. But we got to get that love, all around. Where you can get it, get it. And friends who love you, that family who love you, them kids who love you, them grandbabies who love you. These are things that are priceless. Your friends, like I said, there's a bunch of things. If you have, grab it. I remember when I was doing wrong, you didn't want to be around your friends who did good because you didn't want to taint them. Well, you know what I know now? That's when you get closer to them so they could taint you. So they can remind you that there's more shit out here. You get more bees with honey. Yeah. Oh, the good old days. I was telling my bestie, I'm going to sit down and talk with her more today. But about doing some events, but like some real grown and sexy events, like at the aquarium. Like, some real grown and sexy events. Hey, my Lala. Hey, sis. But yeah, because sometimes you got to change it up. You got to ask yourself, are you still that? Because some people like, I can't believe all he thought about doing was taking me to the movies and dinner like I'm a little kid and I want to do some grown-up stuff. What grown-up stuff you doing? What grown-up stuff you doing? Ask yourself. And then you can also show somebody what you like. You can tell somebody, hey, you know what? Today we're going to go out and I'm just going to take you to some of my favorite things to do. Now, they could remember it, they could note it, or they could forget it, but you did it. Because some of us will be like, oh, I told you, you just did it because I told you. No, I showed you. Let's see if you remember. Because when somebody shows me something, if I'm with a guy and we walking somewhere, he says, oh my God, you see that building right there? Oh my God, I love to get burgers from there. When I'm having a down day or I'm a little stressed, I go in there and get a burger. The service is good. I've been going since I was a kid. Man, that is stuck in my head. And let him be having a bad day. I'm just going to get us in the car and drive straight there. I ain't even gonna stop. But is it okay if we go? Were you thinking about maybe getting a burger? I mean, do you have a taste for a burger? Are you feeling burgery? I don't know. Are you into beef today? No, I'm gonna pull up there. We gonna pull up right there. If I know he love video games, I'm gonna sit down and play one with him. Like, hey, maybe we can have this conversation the right way right here. But I had to learn to do that. I wanted people to just know me. But I think the best way, see, when it's equal, reciprocity, when it's equal. That's what I want. I don't want to be nothing no greater than you are. I don't want you to be nothing. No, you didn't come save me, Prince Charles, and he charming, and he came and put the slip on my foot because I left it because my buggy was getting ready to turn back into a pumpkin as I ran back to the crib to go clean up after my shitty stepsisters. No, that wasn't my life. That wasn't my life. Wait, escape my kitty. Wait, hold on. I tried to read that from the screen. Hold on. A special place without walls. Oh yeah, because I told y'all think I'm joking. There was a point when my teenagers and working and stressing and just everything, stressing about what they're gonna do, what this world is out here offering, what's going on in the world, just stressing, stressing, stressing. And not only was I losing my hair, I was literally like, I am going to be on Snapped. Y'all think I'm joking. I could hear the episode. Born November 22nd, 1970. I'm telling you, I could hear it. I knew it. Because I was going to snap. But also, I was never taking me moments. Like real me moments. Not that I sat down and had me a beer while I smoked next to the fireplace. You know what I mean? I know it's just a real me moment. I got up, I started jumping on planes. And one of the first trips I took, I was so stressed out. No joke, my kids were in high school. A senior. My oldest son was out. My daughter was a senior, was a senior, and my son was a junior. I left and went to Houston for what should have. Well, I left and went to Georgia to ride my bestie out there to move, and I left from Georgia and flew to Houston. And I had never got on a plane because I told you I had La Bamba syndrome. La 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 bamba. But I had that, so I had fears of getting on a plane. And I had fears that first time was gonna be my only time. But I was so stressed that I was like, you know what? Forget that. When I leave Georgia from riding down there with you to take your stuff, I'm flying from Georgia to Texas. And I flew to Houston to see family, hang out with one of my favorite cousins. All my cousins are my favorite in their own way. But when I'm speaking on them, I'm just gonna call them the one favorite. All right, but no, my blood is my shit. Especially that blood, that Mitch. My blood is my blood. But anyway, so um, I flew from Georgia to Texas to Houston. I got to Houston. I enjoy Houston so much that I literally was like, I'm gonna get my ticket to go back when I feel like I want to go back. Cause a part of me was so stressed. Y'all, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I thought about never going back. But then I kept look, I kept thinking about my dogs. No, I'm just playing. I thought about the kids too. They crossed my mind. They swung through there a couple of times in my mind. But I knew I had to go back. But I thought about not going back. I did. I thought about everybody being cool. And I'm being got out of here. But I came back. And what I decided after that was I would take trips. It didn't have to be the Bahamas. It didn't have to be a European vacation. I didn't have to wait for the big ones. I would just be sitting somewhere and thinking, today, It's the 17th of September. I just be thinking, you know what? In 2 weeks, I'm gonna go to such and such. Maybe just for the weekend, or a couple of days. I literally started. And now the same thing I was afraid of was one of the places I felt more safe than ever, and it made me realize like sometimes what you're fearing is to stop you from getting to the greatness. Because once you conquer the fear, you're gonna realize how now I'm elevating somewhere different. Because fear only holds you back. When you're scared of something, when something you have fear of something, it'll stop you. It'll stop you. And like I said, when I'm in a plane, I've never felt safer. I kid y'all not. Y'all see the way people drive these days? I thought it was bad. I mean, it's horrific. But yeah, I love planes. But once upon a time, like I said, it was a fear. I canceled many of trips. I didn't go on many of trips because I just didn't want to, and I couldn't break it. I couldn't break the fear. It had me stuck. I didn't even get on a plane, y'all, until I was in my 30s. My people done went all out the country. You know what I'm saying? Never, oh hell, oh, a long flight, oh Lord. But right now, I'm only at a 5 hour limit. So, because from here to LA, you know what I mean, it's almost a 5 hour flight. So, I do, that's my limit because I can do it. But after that, I start feeling a little claustrophobic. So, I know if I flew somewhere else, I'd have to break it down because, like I said, I get a little, and I do have motion sickness. But right now, like I said, I could do the 5 hour one easy. 2 hour ones I could do in my sleep. 2 3 hour flights, oh please. I literally do them in my sleep. I literally go in, go to sleep, and wake up in my destination. Like I literally could do them in my sleep. But I get excited when I'm about to be in the air. I get real excited, and it's always amazing to me because once upon a time, man, I was so scared to even drive by the airport. You know, we had that big incident years ago where that plane came through the gates and it hit the main street of Cicero, killing a young man in the car with his family. And a little boy, he was young. And I used to think, oh, that's what my nightmares are made of. My nightmares is made as one of these big ass things come, barreling through. Oh. And so that really had me scared, y'all. Then 9/11, that confirmed I wasn't getting on shit. Oh, 9/11 had me off of planes for years. Ooh, no. But like I said, now I salute pilots. Oh my God. I think all pilots are sexy. I don't give a damn what they look like. I ain't looking. I'm thinking about them handling that big ass machine and not only handling to get me there. And I'm like, I am in love. Even if he's married, we're married. While I'm on the flight, he's my husband. I said, I didn't used to pay attention to who was the captain of the plane. Now I do. Oh, now I do. And I love taking early flights, but I hate having that traffic on the runway. I said, so all y'all leaving at the same time? So I gotta have rush hour on a flight. This some shit. I done been caught in the traffic jam on the runway because you gotta wait. They gotta wait. The one in front gotta wait. So you get to a certain thing, then he gonna go, then they gonna go. That kid, y'all nine. One time it took us about 45 minutes, an hour to get off. I said, what the hell? My flight an hour and 40 minutes. I could be almost there. Be almost done with watching my movie. I'm about to watch Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. And we still sitting in O'Hare. Talking about it's rush hour. No, it's rush hour on the Dan Ryan. It's rush hour, you know what I mean, on the Kennedy. It's 6:45. I'm gonna need you to rush this plane up off of this daggone tarp. For real. Oh, that's right. 17 years. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, sweet potato. I'm sorry to hear that. I am. But even in the feeling sorry from the outside, I'm hearing that beautiful love story that you just wrote about him in that comment. And I think I'm listening to women speaks of loves that they'll never forget and love that they are so grateful to have. And I'm just thinking, man, that lets me know that one day I'll have that same kind of love. 'Cause that's the love people want. You just want to have that love that stick real. Not to say I ain't never been in love. We all been in lust. I'm talking about that. That it was really forever. Because it was there until like it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Yeah. See, those are beautiful stories. You never know. And sometimes that's what I always say when you're talking about something. Hey, we talking about love. You talking about relationships. Drop a story of love. Something that was beautiful. Something you won't forget. A special dance. A song that was yours. Tell it. Because love never dies. The story of, the feeling of, the desire for, that never dies. Matter of fact, lots of the hatred things in this world go on because the people doing them are searching for love, to be loved, to love them damn selves. Shit. I'm telling you, love come first when it come from you. What Susan saying? Oh, a woman in the house when you. Oh, wait a minute. What is this woman in your house doing now? Like, what is this woman doing in your house, Susan? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I've learned as hard as it is, those conversations about the end are best to have while you're sitting like we are right now. And it's not right at the end. It's not when some bad news came because sometimes that takes away the hope in the fight. And so what you want to do, and I learn it's hard when you being there to be somebody's witness to sign their stuff and everything. That's hard. You said karaoke? Oh, it was called minus one back then. Now it's called karaoke. Okay. Oh, I know it is. I know it is. That's why. Did any of you all watch this last season of Sex and the City? Well, this new season they had of Sex and the City that came out at the beginning of this year. First of all, phenomenal. I am a big Sex and the City fan. Definitely. All the seasons, all the movies, and definitely the new one. But what I loved about the new one, I was wondering if Carol Bradshaw, is that her name? That was married to the Onassis. I was wondering if she was one of the writers because remember a few seasons back when she was on the show on The Housewives, she kept talking about this show she had, this pilot for this show, and it was going to be one of the characters. Their husband had died, da 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 da. And I'm just always wondering, like, I don't know. Anyway, but even the thing with Big and how when that song came, oh, but I would feel too like that's a sign. That's a I still believe that about people and that I wasn't even in relationships with, but with certain songs I know was theirs on. Like there's no way unless I put it on myself. If I'm anywhere and Violent by Tupac comes on, I'm not gonna know that my buddy Ro, who passed on a couple of years ago, is not talking to me. Because when we were young, he talked through that song. Like that was, and so he can't come on. And I not know, like, what up, Folio? And sometimes, I mean, when I think of heaven, I got, there are great things. When, also when you think of heaven, there's a lot of things up there that mean a lot. But, you know. Oh. Oh yeah, get the guitar out and let them sing to you. Yes, yes. Whenever somebody talk about getting the guitar out and singing, I always think about my uncle. One of my uncles, he always was gonna pull out the guitar and start singing. He was gonna sing by the fire. He was gonna sing on the couch. He was gonna sing. He was gonna sing. Even when I was down in Houston, and when I told y'all I went, he had came. He was there when I got there, so he was there like a couple of days. But of course, that's just what he was doing. And it reminded me of being a kid, but we was grown. And now his son, my cousin, was doing the same thing. And I'm like, dang, beautiful. Great memories. I'll never forget them. Music is my life too. So when you put music to it, music's the story of my life. I could tell you all some stories just with music. And the words would fit how I felt, what I was thinking. Oh, I love music, y'all. I love it. So what y'all getting into this Saturday? What are y'all doing? I told y'all what I wanted to do. What are y'all doing today? Are you chillaxing? Are you going out? Are you making dinner? Are you prepping for the week? Are you doing laundry? Did you work today? What you doing? Oh, really? You never want to get married? Wow. Oh, I love when families come together. Yeah, I didn't used to want to get married because I just never wanted to lose my husband. And I'm just being honest with y'all. I just not. I just didn't. When my grandma lost my grandfather, no matter who he was during all the years they were married before, you know what I mean? At the end of the night, I remember seeing how sad she was. And I remember that making me really sad. And so it made me think if the only way to avoid this. So sometimes when we talk about like men have commitment issues, people who have commitment issues have commitment issues. So people with abandonment issues, people. So the abandonment didn't have to come because my parents were on drugs and they walked away. It could be because my parents died and I felt abandoned by them because they couldn't come back. It could be because, you know what I mean? I lost things I loved. And even though it hurt me so much, I watched it hurt other people even worse. So then my biggest fear was that. That crazy mama, that sounds like a good night, but hey Ren Rock, hey bruh. You know I love when the kings are in the building. Mikey too. But yeah, but I believe like that song by Houdini, it's better to have loved. What is the saying? You know the lyrics in that song. I know the song. One love, one love. You're lucky just to have just one love. Yeah. At 19, wow. Mm. And you were married for 20. And that's just it. And that's why when people make it like, oh, well, mine's this, you never know what's something. Some people you could have been married into, I don't want to call them old time fashions, but just a whole different type. Like think back in the day, men had two families and their families knew about it as long as they took it. It was just different things going on. It was a different way the house was ran. And I'm not here to say that was good or that was bad or any of those. Because I believe you should go what you want. But everybody who was married wasn't having no happily ever after marriage. And it's like, wow, 27 years. Mm-hmm. Oh, you over here naming some classics now, sweet potato. Gonna have me turn my music back on. Hey, Deanna Gordon. Hey, how you doing? We're talking about loves in your life. And here's the thing. Sadly, before I have loved the same person because first of all, you have to love somebody for them to hurt you. That has brought me pain. But I'm thankful at the end. I don't want to go through it again. I'm not saying it was easy and it was pleasant and I just skipped through it like I was in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. No. But I'm glad to have learned because you're supposed to be in places. I have to learn what I want, what I don't want, what I am, what I'm not, what I'll become if I'm a part of this. I have to know all of that because I'm bringing all that shit to the table. I have to know what comes with me. I have to know that I'm enough. So just in case he doesn't know how to tell you you're enough every single day, he's not taking away from the fact you're enough. I have to know that if I'm enough, he's enough too. So I'm not sitting here emasculating my man on how he ain't a man. I'm not doing that with no man. He's not gonna be a biatch. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm not doing that with no man. Not in fear, out of respect. But before it was like, oh please, a man talking shit, a man gonna get shit. I go get a man for the men. And he could deal with it. And that could be their personal problem. But the man I'm with, I shouldn't be having to check him unless I'm trying to tell him to calm down because somebody trying to take him somewhere he don't even need to go. And then my king is gonna know that I'm only telling him that for the better. I'm not saying, oh well, if you don't back down, these fools gonna beat your ass. No, Booney. Cause win or lose, what is it doing for the better of you? Please. I've been in relationships that lasted years, and there's some of the years that when you think about what you went through in them, it's hard to enjoy when they good for a minute. And one day you just get to a point where you're like, all right, I guess I'm holding on too long. I gotta let this go. I told y'all, every relationship is just like the foundation we're building right here in this kingdom. Every relationship is as strong as the foundation is built on. Then we didn't come in here and start the kingdom and build the kingdom off bullshit, trash, and cheap material. We came in here and brought our blood, sweat, and tears, our pain, but still led with our heart. We came in here and said we're going to do better because we know better. Because I am better. I'm going to show you the side nobody seems to see exist. And shit, I ain't going to lie to you. At one point I did. I didn't see it existed in me. And I realized that it wasn't me who didn't see it. I was just repeating what people kept saying. But now I'm like, I see why they wanted to hold me down. I see why they wanted to hold me back. Because I feel something rising in me that's bigger than I've ever felt in anything I've ever done. I feel like I'm really living in parts of my life. And that's why when I go into the modes of depression, I know like if I don't fight this, I never see it. And I'd be one of those people that was always begging for the other side. Every time you got close to it, you turned around and went the other way. Because you didn't have something to say to you. It's right there. I wish life had a GPS like on your phone. And it could lead me right to when the shit get good. And all I got to do is just follow it right there. But come on, y'all. That's not called life. Life isn't that. Life is where sometimes you sitting there in the dark and don't realize you're actually sitting in a great time in your life. But most of us gonna have to miss our water when our well run dry so we can look back on how that was the best time of our life and we weren't even appreciating it. I haven't dated since 2018. Because I had to find me. So at this time I knew I was giving somebody for real me. Because I knew just who I was. I knew who I was. I knew who I was in the good, the bad, the right, the wrong. I knew who I was. Ow. I just hit my hand on that table. But that's it. Those are what relationships do, though. They say what don't kill you make you stronger. Every single day. And I remember when I was young, you almost thought that kind of stuff was cute. Not cute, but like you didn't look at it like it's something that could go terribly wrong. So it's good you took actions because you have to have that kind of document. And in some places, it seems like the law enforcement don't even take it as serious as they should. Hey, Queen of Truth. How you doing? Happy Saturday. I am too. And here's the thing. There was parts of me that because I did at first I wasn't a DB survivor because I was about to become um, a person who was going just I was going to be someone who would start DB because you become a fighter. So if you think somebody wants to, you want to fight, and it don't have to be the people you're in a relationship with. If some man is just out his body, you ready to fight him because you thinking nobody else gonna ever put their hands on me for no reason. My mama didn't walk around just beating my ass to teach me how to move around. I'm not living that life. And so it made me very angry. Very angry. The funny thing is, at one point when I was young, I didn't want to fight on women or fight with women because I wondered how many women were being fought on by men. And that made me think I ain't want to hit on my sisters no honestly. Now, if a bitch got up in my face, we be in some all different stuff, but I didn't. But men, if a man says, I'm like, "Oh, what you want? What do you, you know?" And not that I could beat them all. I just thought you won't hit me first ever again. No, man, not one. And I say no one story is greater than the other. So whether it's a man who is being physically hit by a woman who is being hit by a man, if you went through it once or you went through it 150 times, I think it's all too much. It's all sad, and no one deserves it. No one wakes up and says that's what they want. No baby is born. You look it in his face and say, I hope one day it's getting knocked all around town. Nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. Mm-hmm. I know that's right, Chris Cameron. We getting these comments. I had to take my sunglasses off for a minute. They kept it crooked. That's okay, Queen True. Now you talking oysters. I was just talking about oysters yesterday, and they say they are aphrodisiac, but I know I can't drink no oysters. But there are these fried oysters, and I've been trying to try different things, especially if they had any of the restaurants around me. So last week I tried the frog legs. I wasn't that impressed. Like it did taste like chicken, remind me of dark milk, like being juicy, but it had a different consistency to it. Like it just had a different texture. And so I'm about textures, and so it didn't remind me of that. So I ate it, but I can't see me. Well, I was saying if I do oysters, I want to try these fried oysters, but I don't know. I'm not definitely not drinking no oysters. No, I've been in the room with them plenty of times and said no. Hey, win Spurs. Hey, happy Saturday. Oh, you open them for the pearl, the chucking. Oh, oh, you can't. So wait a minute. The pearl oysters and oysters are different oysters. See, that tell you how much I'm not into oysters. I'm telling you. My G, I'm telling you. Hey, my G. Because at first I'm like, wait. Margine, when you said the chuck, and I said, wait, that's not like my Margine. You done changed your name, mommy? That's why I said you were just my name. But once you said you was chucking them pearls, I said, wait a minute. I only know one pearl chucker. But I didn't know. So you know what I thought? I thought it was just like, the whole process with when, chickens lay eggs. And just, as far as the ones that were pearls, you know, I don't know. They went through their whole process. The ones that were food, I didn't know because I don't do oysters. I've never had one. And I've been in the room a few times with people in oysters. I just never had one. I just had mussels for the first time like a year and a half ago. My nephew's mom did like a seafood boil for me before I left for Georgia. And when I went over there, we had everything. We had crab legs, lobster tails, we had mussels, shrimp. We had the whole shebang. But I had never had mussels. They was fire. But then when I was in Georgia, I had got these mussels, and if you cook them a little too long or the wrong way, it changed the whole. So she ain't making mussels I don't want, and she grilled the mussels. Really? Hmm. Okay. They preserved. Okay. Last night's question, y'all. I can't make it up, y'all. Last night on Have I Ever, the question was, have you ever I want to read it exactly. These cards right next to me. I'm going to grab it. No. I can't make this up. Y'all got to hear what it said. Y'all got to hear what it said. Because we the minute. One of them said, have you ever had sex on your period and didn't tell the person? I said, wait a minute. What? Oh, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on because I gotta turn this back on the lights now. I feel like Elton. Turn on the lights in here, baby. Look, y'all. This question said, "Have you ever tasted your own cum because I wanted to know what it tasted like?" Say what? Say what did you say? What? Say what did he say? Who? Say it's just Darcy. Say just was like, you know what? It's like when you eat some food and you're like, what is that missing? Like, somebody asks you, what else I need to put up in there? And just one day you woke up and said to yourself, that? No. Like, ew, that's what I said. I say, ew. Where they do that at? A big no. That's what I told you. I said, I guess they said if you're 21 and older. I'm carding at the door to play Have I Ever. Say, wait, you gotta be grown. 18 ain't getting you up in here. And sometimes when you want to have a grown party, you gotta be like, okay, I'm calling for 55 and up. Anything under it, you got a chance of acting like a zip damn fool like you in your 20s. I'm asking for 55 and up. And then in some categories, you gotta straight say, hey, look, I'm looking for anybody in a wheelchair, not speaking, and cannot text fast. Just stay out the shed. Listen, I'm gonna blame Emma Lou. No, Emma Lou got the adult version of Have I Ever in the questions. And so since we've been missing Emma Lou, we were supposed to start it in September because she knew I played the game. So she got the cards so we could have fun with the game, and the cards already be there. And since Emma Lou hasn't been here, we went ahead in an honor to bring it on back and stick to the plan in September. And it has Emma Lou here for several reasons. One, because she's in my heart, so she's always in the building. Two, she's part of the foundation of this here kingdom, so she's definitely in the building even when not there. And playing the game that she got for us to play, it brings her into our heart, and just like right now, into the conversation. So that's where I got these dirty questions from. See, I gave a good answer for that dirty questions. These dirty questions. This filth farm filth. I mean, these questions got a little nasty. No, they didn't get that nasty, but I pretty much just told you, look, I'm shuffling them up. I'm ready to read them again to y'all. But I couldn't believe that question. I said, see the thing. The last time I spoke with Emma Lou, she was doing, like I said, a little better every day. Oh, the doll was in here yesterday too, and she was giving us an update on her. Keep her in your prayers. Her son was in the hospital. He was in the ICU. He's out now. He had to get did she say a rod in his leg? But he's out now. But because she was in there and it was so cold, she actually was getting sick. So then she was in the hospital, but she said she's home now. They both are home. So keep her lifted in your prayers. Send good vibes out to her. Send so much love, she feel it. And like I said, Emma Lou is getting better and better every day. And last time I talked to her, I know sometimes she's listening. You know what I mean? And as soon as she can be back, she will. We're not rushing her because what I need is the best of her. I need her to be the best because she always here in the same place, never forgotten, never replaced. Let me tell you something. When you love people who they are, they can't be replaced. You can have some other people you real close with, good people to you, but you can't. There's not gonna be another crazy cat mama. You know, I ain't got a second Susan. Yeah, even if I say they just like her, it's the only one. Yes, that's why I say always send good vibes to each other. You never know what we going through. You never know. And you never know how you doing. Like I said, sometimes I just was telling this to Susan the other day. I said, I remember once upon a time when I would be in a chat and I would be so busy in the chat, you getting all the gossip. You thought the content creator was telling you something, honey. That chat was giving you all the tea, honey. It was giving you all the juice. And then one day, I paid attention in the chat and saw one of my sisters saying some terrible thing that was going on in their life right now. You know, just being sick or losing somebody. Sometimes you read and I thought, damn, all this time you running around here reading all the BS you missed. You missed people crying for help or just crying for somebody to pray, to send a light, to send a how you doing. You know what I mean? And I said, oh no. So now I actually don't when I don't want to see no hear no evil, see no evil, nothing, I don't. I could be in the midst of it and I'm gonna see the good because there's something in there. I'm gonna see the reason why I must have ended up in here, and it had nothing to do with the bullshit that I'm not trying to claim. Yes, yes, a lot of love. Y'all are sending down the prayers for them. Love conquers all. I used to think that was a lie, and I realized one of the main reasons I was scared to have love, to be loved, was because I was so scared to lose love. Oh yeah, the doll is good energy. Definitely. Definitely. That's what I love about the kingdom. Everybody is a king and a queen in their own right. And it's on them what they're gonna represent on that crown. What jewels are on your crown? Show me. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna assume I know. I'm not gonna assume I seen you and some other stuff over somewhere else and then I don't give a shit. You show me who you are when you're standing right and move. We gonna call my face every time you're in here. You're showing me who you are. Cause ain't somebody else. You could put it on somebody else. You could tell me somebody else sent you, told you, whatever. And all I'm thinking, but you're showing me who you are. You're showing me you're so weak that you're sent by somebody else. Sent. Only thing I know sent is when I mail off letters and shit. I came anywhere because I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to see what happened. I wanted to see what you was wearing. I wanted to see what, you know what I mean? I wanted to know the tea. Whatever the tea was. The tea don't have to be gossip. Yeah. But like I said, when we come in here, we have a good time. We laugh, we chill, we talk about serious stuff. We cried. But we not here with no judgment for each other. Nobody came because you owed me nothing but you. And then I can determine what, you know what I mean? And I'm going to give you the best of me. That's it. That's it. Nobody, including Google, own none of us. None of them. People put your name like suddenly that's my father. That's my mother. Oh, they be over in Pookity Duke's chat. Is that my dad? Is that my last name now? Pookity Duke? No, I'm just Danny. Wherever I go. When you see me, it's just Danny. Just know that, just Danny. I'm not. I'm not a zombie. I'm not. I'm just me. Because I don't know how to be nothing else. And I learned if you can't stand you, nobody else will. If you don't love you, not only will nobody else love you other than the way you love yourself, but how you really gonna love anybody else? So you give them that tainted love. That's two friends unexpectedly. Mm, mm. Wow. Wow. Prayers to their family. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Like I told you, during that pandemic, I mean, there's been some other losses since, but I lost two friends during that, and it's something I really haven't truly dealt with because it's unreal to me. But they also my motivation that time waits for no one, and that if I don't go out and do it, all people will talk about is how I could have. Yeah. Oh, I love you, Marianne. I love you. You know, neat, not neat. Love him for Marianne. He said, she be defending me. Is that my godmother, Marianne? She always doing the pause up. I said, when did he learn how to read? Mm-hmm. Yeah, poor family. That's sad. It is. But whenever we sit around, one thing about when life is lost, it reminds us how short it is. So I'm always so surprised why people are willing to throw away today. Why you willing to just, you know what I mean? And now I got to go on a whole sorry apology explanation campaign because I chose to throw away today. I'm tired of doing that. So. Marianne said, "Hey, Nina." He said again. You already know he on the couch. On the couch. I'm not wishing. I'm so ready to be in the place. He on the couch. Oh yeah. That's just a human handshake. Yes. Yes. But the dog, like most of us behind the fight, when you take the gloves off, is a good heart. It's a heart longing to be loved the same way it loves. You know? It's like through that get understanding. Don't get judgment. Don't get on your high horse about how better you are than somebody. That's what I think. Only person I'm trying to be better than, the only thing I'm even challenging to be better than is the old me. That's it. That's it. And the day you can fight your own things is when you gonna help yourself. It's gonna help you not to care about the people who don't care about you. It's gonna help you not to sit and dwell in what isn't, but live in what is. It's gonna teach you how even the things you miss, they were put in your life, and you know them so well, know so many things about them, because you gonna make that dream live, and that's a big responsibility. But at least it give me something to be fighting for them with. Not something to be holding them where they can't even rest because I can't go in peace. I'm tearing my life apart, missing them. I've done that too. Oh, she always make me laugh. The dog used to have me cracking. Like I said, I would hear it and I go, "Oh, the dog going on." And then when I listen to her, I also hear that like the dog loves people. Like she has such a heart of love. And then, but you got to go behind the wall. Like all of us got a wall up. I told y'all, my metal, Teflon, brick, wire. You know what I mean? He got a bunch of stuff. He got some what the ones they bury him in the ground? The little bombs. I got all kind of traps. I got all kind of traps. Because when I left myself open, vulnerable, I felt like I was under attack. The Berlin Wall ain't got nothing on me. The wall the women of Brewster placed toward them ain't got nothing on me. The Great Wall in China ain't got nothing on me. The walls I built because of life. Please, y'all want to get started. I mean, I ain't even got 10. I ain't even got 10. Even if I got started, me and me, he said he ain't got 10. I said, I ain't got no 10. But, so I always know when somebody got their walls up. And I know how, just like when you meet a kid, you know how somebody meet a kid and they want to get all up in the kid's face, try to pick the kid up. They be like, I don't know why you're crying, why you so nervous. And it's like, give them a little space and let them just come to you. When people are in pain or they hurt, you can't just come here. You come with your philosophy on how to be and what to do. And they got, hold on, y'all, because y'all got to see. You already know, Marianne. You already know who. Look. Mama, Mama, I was just deep. I was deep. Welcome to my life, y'all. Just welcome to me. Bubba took the phone off the camera. That ain't that's all I'm saying here, though. Yeah, because I came over to where he was. He said he got to see you, Marianne. He said, did you say hey, Marianne? I'm gonna get y'all in the back of my hand. You're so spoiled with yourself, spoiled. How you gonna just come butt into mine? You know what I'm saying? Be nice. Be nice. I don't want that face. You know. Bubba Rocious. I should have just left him over here by himself, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Y'all know I should have just left him over here. He was minding his own business. Get off the. You can't put it on the computer. You can put your hands anywhere but on the computer. Jumpity jeeps. Welcome to my world. Welcome. But, but ever since you came over here, ever since I came over here to you, the Wi-Fi act up, the computer. Look, be nice. Look, be nice. Somebody call Bubba 11. Call Bubba 11 and tell him there's a Bubba loose. Tell him there's a Bubba loose. Tell him there's a Bubba loose. And he's on the prowl for fun and nobody wants to have with him. And he's so long that look, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. Oh, no, I don't. Did y'all, he just try to eat the bracelet. I said, John, I said, we sending you right to where they send the dogs like Nina. Uh-huh. Training school. Did he? Oh, bless him. God, Joe, he needs a channel. He needs a channel. I need to. He just needs a channel. Golly, I'm not doing nothing but photo bombing. That's a channel. It's Baba, they calling you. He said, now he got his back. So you can't trust him. You can't. I told y'all, if he crosses paws, do not trust him. And most people do, Mary. I mean, crazy cat mama. But he's such a teddy bear. He is such a spoiled little baby. He really is. He really is. And he always want to play. Always. He said, hold on, ain't nobody doing nothing. You came over here when I wasn't messing with you. Now you gonna mess with me. See? But I promise you, I don't know what I'd do in all this time if I didn't have. Well, one, I wouldn't even be because it'd just be me, But I don't know what I'd do. I knew he was supposed to be a part of this journey right now, so he is. Oh yeah, yes, I've had him since he was 6 weeks old. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, he was going to contact the owner. What happened? Yeah, he's all bark. He is Susan. He's all bark. Oh, oh, that's good. That's good because sometimes cats take a couple of weeks or so. What I love about cats, they move how they want to. Mm. Oh wow. Any dog in fear, any dog that a dog, they're animals. They're animals, and once upon a time, they weren't even domestic animals. But the truth of the matter is an animal's going to be what's around it. So if it's an animal in fear, if it's an animal abused, an animal that fights, which is a form of an abuse, you know what I mean? It's gonna be more aggressive. But in anything, because animals do have teeth, and if they're scared and you get close enough, they will bite. Then we have to protect them from that. Put a muzzle on them if they do that. You know what I mean? Get them in training classes. It's ways around everything. But there's always gonna be animals to the rule. There are animals that people go and put out, and they're living in the woods and everything else, and they scraping and swiping for food. And if they see a person, they mauling them because they start going into animal instinct. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then pits do have a crappy name because there's a bunch of stories of crappiness behind this happened to them. But to me, I still trust them on an individual basis. And I really fell madly in love with pit bulls and their struggle. And I thought about them to African Americans and how the name will always come with every time someone's gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna think about it all the time. People in my family, because it's a pit. By God's grace, I've had 6 years. None of that. So. Then, like I said, at the end of the night, he is a cuddle bunny. He's built off what he's built off of, and that's love, being spoiled, being hugged up on, being close to. You know what I mean? He's built on that, and that's why you're able to talk to him. And like I said, he's still an animal, so sometimes he's gonna test it because he knows he's an animal. He goes from a dominant breed, so he has to feel he controls something. But trust me, I know. We had places where people would just keep dumping pit bulls. And some of them were fighting pit bulls, some of them were sick and they thought they were going to die pit bulls. They were just dumping them. And then when runners were going, they were being mauled daily. Like this was like, not a rare thing. It was happening all the time. Hmm. Oh no, I know you just giving a story. Like I said, I can give you a story of some pit bulls and do some things like it. So I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know people who be like, I don't care if your pit is the nicest in the world. I see him off that leash and I'm running. Hmm. She said, I let my fear win. I'm telling you, fear gets you every time. I mean, it will. And then sometimes it's like, let's say sometimes how you break your fear. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And then something does go wrong. You're like, I knew I should have never did it. So that's the fear is times 12. So you have to make sure, like when I got on a plane, I knew this much. I cannot control what can happen in this air, period. But what I can control is me sitting and thinking about that the whole flight. So I won't. I'm not. So my very first flight, I got on there so exhausted that I literally came in, put my seatbelt on, put my earphones on, took a sip of water, closed my eyes, and it was a few minutes before we left off. The next thing I knew was the person next to me was tapping me and saying we're about to land because I was asleep. And I had made it. I didn't have a La Bamba situation. Well, it's Ricky Valley, but still, I like to call him Obama. You know, I didn't. But my whole life, since I was a kid and saw that movie the very first time, I thought that's gonna be me, and that kept me in fear forever. And so when life does other things, where come on, remember that was at in New Jersey where the airplane fell down from the sky. Kennedy's son died in the plane crash. September, all these things had me petrified of planes. The little boy got hit on Cicero coming from Midway Airport because the plane came out of Midway Airport. Oh no, I was in fear. Now I love to be in the air. I cannot wait to be in a flight next week. I cannot wait. I hate the whole airport, blah blah blah. I hate all that, but but fear gets you. That's why I never knock people when they have fear. I'm not one of those people that'll take you to an amusement park and you be like, I'm scared of roller coasters. I'm like, just get on because it's nothing. It's nothing. I know fear is real. Fear is debilitating. It is debilitating. Fear have you for real. Fear. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I told y'all, a coward with a gun is worse than anything else. Because fear, things people are doing, fear, real fear, not this fake, oh, I'm scared, then tomorrow I ain't scared. No, I'm talking fear. Fear. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be the safe for the dog. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. When you have pets, you have to think of all of it. For the pets you have, what's good for them, what's going. Like I said, any rescuer, I think is a great thing. Even when I used to watch this show on the Animal Planet channel. I used to watch this show where these people would go out. I kid you not, I can't make this up. These I'm talking about wild animals, but some of them could be injured or hurt, and they would take them and like they had to come out, get them into their thing in these little like I want to call them like trailers they had vet stations. But I said, wow, you really got to be in it that you going to, you going all in their habitat. And that's beautiful. And I was always one of those people. As soon as I started hearing about like you wiping out animals and they're gonna be extinct, I would get sad. Cause I think aren't they part of the world? Like, don't we need them? Like they need us. We can't just be wiping out something. Oh yeah, I love rescue people who rescue. I don't love when people. Oh, enjoyed you, sis. Have a good day. Have fun with your company. Enjoy your Saturday. I told you, super chillax for me. It's a super chillax day. And I know I'll probably come on later and do some chit chatting because, like I said, we just chilling today. It is a chillax day. I'm actually getting really hungry, so I'll probably eat something. Ooh, yes, have a great time with your friend, Sweet Potato. While they break in the shelter to steal, when I hear that people are breaking into a shelter to steal animals, I think why don't they just rescue some of the ones that are out here on the streets that need homes? Why don't you just because that's where the shelter got them from? People, the things people do. Probably because they want to get the ones out of the shelter just so they could have been vaccinated. You know what I mean? Fixed everything, got all the work done. Let me tell you something. You get an animal to work, it's never done. It never ends. It actually just begun. That's when the kids be like, I want a dog so bad. I want a dog. I want a dog. I want a pet. I want to. You be like, hey, do you know they all come with responsibility? Let's start with a goldfish. So it's going to teach you two things that there is still responsibility with them and that you'll lose a pet because goldfish don't last long, but it teaches you the love and love. We work it out. Let's get a hamster. You work it up. Some people want to start at the top. I'm gonna go and get you a horse. Oh, wait, okay, boo. There's a lot of work with that horse now. Shoot, that's a job. So you go to school and take care of your horse. That is your job. The best part about it is when you're done with the job, you can ride that son of a gun. Yeah. But how is my hand back here with the thing muted itself? I tried to look to see if Bubba slept his paw over there, but he didn't. But I'm telling you, this thing is doing what it wants. How did it mute itself just then? I don't know. Because my hand was back here. So I don't even understand how it muted itself. But yeah, guys. So like I said, I'm gonna figure out what I want to watch. I think the Golden Girls. I think I really want to just watch, and I think what I want to do is start at season 1, episode 1. I just want to watch a couple of episodes, and every time I feel like watching the Golden Girls, I just want to go in order and just watch the Golden Girls. So I think today, when I get off of this live, I'm about to end. I think I'm gonna get something to eat, and I'm gonna watch a couple of episodes of Golden Girls and laugh, get some good laughter in because I love the Golden Girls, and get that good feeling because it reminds me of when I was young, and I just thought catching the shows that came on, like Family Matters on Friday night and going to my bowling league in the morning on Saturday was the greatest things in the world. Saturday morning cartoons. Just that good feeling when you don't realize the world. But I know that I know the world because I'm grown now. I just want that feeling of feeling good and that young feeling. I want to feel that enjoyment. So I'm watching Golden Girls. Eat some comfort food. So it's a chillax Saturday for me. So I'll probably be back because it's still super duper early. It is only 4:41. So I'll probably be back later to check on you guys, see how your day was going, tell you what episode I did watch, or did I watch it? Did I get into something else? Did I turn around and turn on Sex in the City because I thought about how much we was talking about that earlier, and I love that show too. I don't know. Depends on what I'm feeling like. That's what I'm about to do right now. But I'm gonna enjoy my day. No matter what I do, I'm enjoy it. That's my promise to you. And that's what I want y'all to do too. So thank you guys for coming on in. Thanks for loving on me. Thanks for loving on each other. Thanks for respecting each other. Thanks for sending love to Emma Lou and those dirty questions she sent us on Have I Ever. And to the doll, like I said, to each other. So I will talk to you later. Thank you, Susan. I enjoyed everybody. Bye bye. And Nina, Nee, you want to say goodbye to everybody? Come here, bud. Now wag your tail. Here. Look, here. There you go. Hey, bye, bud. He says bye. Bye, guys. See you. Bye, I swear. You're so fake. Like, when nobody wants you in the camera, you're like, I got to be in the camera all day long. When they want you in the camera, you're like, no, I'm too good. No photo ops. So much. See ya.